to action. Yes, I'm going to start with a call to action today because I'm just going with the flow and I feel like it. That is go and read Seth Godin. He's one of my favourite authors. If you don't know who he is, just go check him out. If you're an artist of any kind, needing words of wisdom on how to be an artist, how to be successful as one, how to also market well, be an entrepreneur, go out there and do good things, he is the man, he is the guru, he is one of probably 10 people. If you had to choose 10 people, he should be in there. If you choose 10 people to read from. One of my favourite quotes from him was in an interview I read where the interviewer asked him, "Do you write every day?" And he responded, "Do you talk every day?" And if you don't know, he has been blogging every single day without fail for years. I forget how many years, it's at least 8 years. I think he's got something like 4,000 posts now, simply from blogging every day. That's in addition to writing his books and doing talks, of course, every single day. And what used to make me laugh is that for a while I committed to writing a blog post every Sunday, and I would get to my local cafe at about 10, 11 a.m. to begin writing a blog post. And about that same time, I would receive my daily notification from Seth Godin with his blog post. Completed, done, shipped, out the door. Bearing in mind that he lives in New York, or in that area on the East Coast somewhere, and is therefore 4 or 5 hours ahead of where I was at the time. That is dedication. Now, in terms of overcoming writing block, writer's block, talker's block, any form of artistic block, I think there's really sort of two potential traps to fall into here. I might even say schools of thought. One being that, yeah man, just totally go with the flow, just don't do anything unless it comes to you, man. Like just go with it. And of course, the actual reality, the result of that, is that if we only do that, we might just sit around waiting for something to happen, never actually making anything happen, never creating the conditions for something to happen, and never actually deliver any work, enough work, our best work, you name it. As I mentioned in a recent video, quantity has a quality of its own. Not only that, but quality comes from quantity. The only way you get good at something is by doing it. But on the other hand, there is this viewpoint that perhaps we should just completely just force ourselves to do it, like almost in a sort of Victorian, school system style way of working, whereby we just force ourselves to sit down and just get it out, and not only that, maybe go through a methodical list of ideas in order as per our notepad, 1, 2, and then 3, forget about the thing we're actually thinking about that's actually on our minds. And the truth is that the way to find an optimum here, the way to get not only a lot of work done, but our best work done, is actually somewhere in the middle. And both have valid points, but neither are complete. And so there is something peculiar that happens when we actually force ourselves to show up every day. It creates a certain quality. It cultivates the conditions we need to actually produce those ideas, to allow those ideas to come to us. And yet at the same time, our best work usually happens when we do act almost like a receiver and just let it come to us. And so we need to do a bit of both. My recommendation would be to set yourself a daily challenge. Sign up to my mastermind group if you want some accountability, some moral support, to make some commitments publicly as to what you commit to do every day. Maybe it's to record a video, maybe it's to write 1,000 words. Commit to doing that every day and do it no matter what. You will find that the quality improves. And at the same time, in doing that, you might find sometimes the idea's just coming and sometimes you're scratching your head. I find that when I'm scratching my head, it's usually because there's something on my mind. And when there's something on my mind, that usually gives me ideas. And as much as I might resist it, when I open up and let that idea come to me, that usually produces the best work. So you can see how there's a middle point here between actually making sure we show up every day, but at the same time, just letting those ideas come to us, and doing that both on a sort of a macro scale, so recording notes as they come day in, day out, just in random moments throughout the day, jotting those down. But then when we actually sit down to produce our work, we just kind of have to go with what our brain's doing. You just have to kind of let it come to us. Of course, the more we show up, the more we create the conditions for that to happen naturally, and that really is the sweet spot of creation right there. So as always guys, if you liked it, subscribe, and don't forget to join the mastermind group if that's something you're interested in.